I'm happy and excited to be back. Maybe, yeah, I'm happy also, even more happy, more excited to be back soon on the pitch, to have my players back and have 2 matches before we finally go to the World Cup. I think it's a moment in March to acknowledge that the March camp is a bit of a unique camp in itself. I think the reality of it is that we are qualified. That means we have 2 friendly matches. The reality of a March camp is that our players are in a crucial moment in club football season. They fight for titles. They fight a relegation battle. They are involved in knockout matches, in cup matches. So it is a crucial moment of the season, a very stressful moment of the season for them. But it is also our last camp, the last opportunity to impress, the last opportunity for players to compete for their ticket. So it is a bit of a mix of motives. It's a bit of a mix of headlines for this camp. And to get the best out of this camp, we decided to kind of split it in 2 camps, which means we invited 19 outfield players and 4 goalkeepers into the first part of the camp, meaning until the match against Uruguay, to give these players a real chance to impress, to give the players a real chance to compete for minutes and for minutes against Uruguay, impress against Uruguay, and then also compete, of course, for their ticket to the World Cup. From Saturday morning, Friday evening, Saturday morning, 11 players will join us in camp, and we will then release some players to have a group of 21, 22 outfield players plus goalkeepers to prepare professionally and with full focus for the Japan match.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
You do keep us on our toes. We weren't expecting this.
Good.
Can you help us out by telling us who the 11 are that are going to join up late, who won't feature?
Yeah, it's
in
no
the first
secret.
match?
It's no secret. You will see anyway if you come to open training sessions.
We do. Yeah.
And the players know. It's Dean Henderson, Dan Burn, Mark Gehi, Esri Konsa, Nico O'Reilly, Elliot Anderson, Declan Rice, Morgan Rogers, Anthony Gordon, Harry Kane, and Bukayo Saka.
So should we?
All of these guys have played 3,500 and plus more minutes. Some of them have 4,000 minutes. More important than the pure number of minutes is that some of these guys have already played more minutes than the whole last season. And there is still a lot of football to play. All of these players have contributed in September, October, November, so they have a bit of credit with me. We think that to give them a break mentally and physically, we will benefit from it. They will come with hunger. Once they come, I think the headline changes a bit of camp, maybe from the competition for minutes, a competition for the ticket. It will still be on, but it's more about reconnecting the group and reconnecting also to our standards and to our level. That's the expectation. And that's why we gave these players a bit of a break and the chance to join us later.
Hi, Thomas. With such a short time left from now till the World Cup and just a few training sessions in this camp, 2 games, what do those players that you've called up into the group who haven't been around it before, what do they have to do to give themselves a chance of being in the World Cup squad?
Adapt very quickly to the way we want to play. That was the reason why we split even the camp, to also not get confused, to have the chance to get the players who come on Tuesday until the Uruguay match. We will have four training sessions together. We will have a clear profile for them, what we want, on which position they will compete within our structure, and what we demand and what we expect from them within the position. And then just, I hope they feel the freedom and they feel the spirit of the group quickly. It was a pleasure in September, October, November to be part of this. So we want to reconnect to that spirit. I think it's very important that John Stones, Jordan Henderson, normally Eberechi Eze, players who who have been in camp with us, who have contributed a lot, that they will just make it straight away clear to everyone what it means and how you act on the pitch and off the pitch with respect, and how you be a good teammate. This is what we want to create, and then hopefully the players find straight away the freedom and the liberty to show their potential. But we will be very clear with them in the 4 training sessions, and it is demanding, but I'm looking forward to it. It is possible, I think, to prepare a team in 4 training sessions for a match against Uruguay, and we will do it.
You've said there that there are players that have played as many minutes now as they had at the end of last season.
Yeah.
Being a former club manager and now a country manager, does that give you an understanding of how balanced this is and how difficult this season is with the amount of games? And how did the players react to being told they wouldn't be in one camp? Because they're all competitive. When you say to them, have a rest, did they all say, thanks, Gav, or were they a bit like, oh, I'm not sure? Yeah.
I think we have the level of trust that they know there's no hidden agenda, and I mean what I say, and I could see in the reaction they were quite happy about it. I think we will benefit from it now. Regarding the second match, I think they will come, and I expect them to come with hunger and excitement and into a short camp. What is a short camp for them? Because I demand that they come, like I said, and reconnect and push the standards to the level where it was. But I think, and that's why we do it, I'm convinced that we will benefit in June from this decision, because there is a lot of football for them to play in the club, in European level and in the leagues, and I think. Any little break they can have now will be a benefit later in June and July.
Thomas, the one position that seems most open to debate at the moment is the number 10. You've got a lot of players you could play number 10.
Too many players, too much quality.
How do you approach that decision? How do you approach making that decision on who are your best players in that role?
Well, we have some evidence, because I repeat myself, because September, October, November was strong, and we have evidence and we have proof that we were strong as a team, and from there we go. I think we need clarity around every position. I think it will be very unlikely that we bring 3, 4, 5 players for one position into camp or into the World Cup. I think this is just, in the end, will just confuse everyone. And of course, if you have the choice between world-class players on the number 10 position, at some point we will have to make tough calls. But now it's about camp. We will have in camp on the position. It is in the first camp. It is in the first part of the camp. It's Cole Palmer and Phil Foden. In the second part of the camp, it will be then Jude, Morgan, and Eberechi is always in the mix for any position on the number 10 and on the wing. So competition is on, but we will also share it in bites, that we have like two players for one game competing, and then it's on the players and to show the quality, and then it's on me to take a decision.